Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I was just looking at this and thinking that it would be kind of fun to do something kind of like this on a gift bag. So this is the inspiration, my altered file folder that has the journal inside that we made together. So I just wanted to show you guys that so you can remember. And I'm going to use this bag, and I just got this from the dollar store, so it's just a dollar store craft colored bag. And I was just going to do a few little stamps on it, nothing major. I just want a little bit of something in the background. And I'm just using my Tim Holtz vintage photo. So I'm just going to go around and kind of stamp these all over, and they're probably not going to be perfect, and it doesn't matter because a lot of this will get covered up. So and you know, there's like the handles and stuff in there, so, and I could put something in there to make it not come out messed up, but I'm not really worried about it, so just going all over the place. And really the edges, doesn't really need it in the middle. Everybody's having an awesome day. I just thought this might be kind of fun as an Easter idea, or really any time of the year would be fun to make these. I like to make my own gift wrap type things. For one, it's generally less expensive, and two, it's just kind of a nice touch that, you know, everybody's not going to have the same thing, so that's why I do it. And it kind of makes it even more special for the person because you've thought enough to, like, not only get them a gift, but take some extra time in it. So just want the idea of something there. Okay. Alright, that's good. And then I've gotten some pieces together that we're going to layer on here. So I just thought these would be super fun to do, because I love those file folders. It just makes you want to, like, you know, put a gift in it or whatever. So I'm just going to glue this one pretty flat down. And I got these doilies, I bought these from Denise. She did her spring Kool-Aid dyeing sets where it was all, you know, like tulle and doilies and paper and all kinds of stuff. So that's what these are from. These are great. They came in, she got great colors with that. So I'm super happy I got one of those kits before they were gone. I don't know if she's going to do it again. But she's at Wonderbar Crafts, and it's the same on Etsy as it is here on YouTube. So if you haven't checked her out, check her out. She's got some cool snippet rolls and just all kinds of stuff. So I kind of want that one edge down here just because it's got a little fold in it, so, which is no big deal, will get glued down. And it's cool because it almost looks like it has polka dots there. You're not going to see it, but because I'm going to put down this yellow one, and this was also Kool-Aid dyed, and this is a coffee filter. So that's super cool, but it just adds another layer of color, which is fun. And you won't see the glue because it'll dry clear, and then it'll also have other stuff on it. And you don't have to get them perfectly centered. It doesn't have to be all perfect. And then Denise sent me these too. These are like vintage, I think like 60s, 70s gift bags. And I just thought it would be fun to put one on here, kind of like we did with those altered file folders. And then you can, you know, put something in it. So just building up lots of layers. That really seems to work the best with these and the file folders. It just makes it more interesting. And I'm going to tilt it a little bit. It's not straight. I think I need one more of those little stamps right there. See, after you put the stuff on, you can see better where you're missing something. That one turned out good. And then I am going to use a doily, a real doily, just to give it some texture. Let me see which is the front, which is the back. I guess it doesn't really matter. This side just looks, I guess it makes no difference. So you're going to need to use quite a bit of glue on this to make sure, and I'm going to go around where the stitching is right here because I think that'll hold it better. That's going to get more or less centered, but again, like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's not that big of an issue. And I'm going to put just a little bit here and there to kind of hold those parts down so that they don't flop over or something. Okay, so that's there. And then I found this printout of a basket full of, it looks like lilacs. And I think I'm going to pop that up a little bit. So I'm just going to use, let's see, I thought I had bigger dimensionals. I guess I grabbed the little ones. I'll just use bigger chunks of them. I get these for like $1, so I'm not that worried about it. It was so funny when I remember when these things first came out and it was like buying gold, you know. We would cut them all up and stuff to try to use the very tiniest, littlest pieces because they were kind of expensive at first. And now you can just like find them at the dollar store and stuff. But I guess it's kind of that way with lots of things. Expensive when it first comes out and then it gets cheaper. Guess I should have done this part first. I didn't think about it. I thought I grabbed the bigger ones. And they stick to my fingers. We are having the craziest weather. I think everybody is, because I know the whole middle of the country is, but it just won't stop raining. And I could be done with it. But I guess it's better than snow, so I'll take it. My poor husband last night got stuck in Minneapolis for like 5 hours trying to get back home. It's crazy. Get in until super late. It's a bummer. But at least he got out of it before it got any worse. You know, I think I might have to put a little glue on these too, just to make sure they stick to that doily, since it's fabric. And this isn't going to pop up a ton because obviously, you know, these aren't like super thick or anything, but I think it just helps give it a little bit of lift. Alright, so that's good. And as you can see, it's looking a little crazy, but we'll get there. And then I have a flower that I'm going to put about like that, and a bunny. So this is going to be for an Easter gift. So I just have to figure out exactly how I want to place these. I have these little chicks. Aren't they cute? I actually found these on public domain on Pinterest. I was a little surprised because they don't look like some of the stuff you usually find on public domain, but they were, so didn't know. So think I'm going to do something like that, and I'll do some pop-ups and things. So let's see. I think that can go about there. It kind of reminds me of the gift bags that, you know, you can buy at the store that like have a birthday cake that's popped up or whatever, but obviously those are not nearly as, I don't know, I think I like stuff like this better that's homemade, and it just doesn't look as, I guess, mass-produced or whatever, obviously, because it's not. But maybe cheap or something. And they're not cheap either, they're expensive, those bags. But they just kind of have that look about them. I'd much rather get a gift in something like this. Okay, I'm going to put a little glue. Oh, Pasha, are you coming up here? I don't know where he's going to sit. I got stuff all next to me to do this. So I'm going to come out quite a bit like I had it, because I want it to be seen past that bunny out here. What are you doing? Oh, he's scratching his ear and it's going donk donk donk. Wow, that was interesting. So yeah, I just found these images all on Pinterest. I put in public domain Easter and all this stuff, you know, there's always tons of stuff that pops up, but I mean, I'm going to give this as a gift, so it doesn't really matter if it was public domain or not, because I'm only using it for me, but I just like to do that. Okay, now I'm going to put some of these circles on this bunny, because they're a little easier to fill. I just don't have very many. And I think I want to double up on those. So I'm going to stack one on top of the other to make it, you know, obviously a thicker piece of foam. I'm going to put some glue. Why are you huffing and puffing about it? He's like... Are you having a tantrum of some kind? I like those layers like that. And I'll use some of these outside edges since it seems like such a waste. And put them on the back of those chicks. Don't sit on the keyboard, please. I have a computer right over here, and he likes to just sit down on the keyboard sometimes. Here, come over on this side. Here he comes, everybody. Whether you want him to or not. He got up on the ledge up there. I guess maybe that's not going to fit. Use it on something else. Oh, you know what? I'll double this too, because I want these chicks to sit even higher than the bunny, so. I know they're sticky, but I just like to add glue to make sure that they stay down instead of like falling off right after you hand the gift to the person. Because that's not fun. Okay, so there's that part, and then I have a couple more eggs, and I just lightly went around most of this with my ink. I didn't put tons of ink, just a little bit. just around the very edge, so it's easier to see, because we're using a lot of pastel colors and I don't want them to get lost. Just going to tuck this one right here. And then there's this, oh yeah, this green one has like a bow on it. I don't think I'm going to use that one. Maybe this one. Like right about there, maybe. It needs a little bit of inking. Alright. So we got eggs and chicks and all kinds of stuff. Do I want to put any more chicks? They're so cute. I think I'm going to put, I made a bow, and this is just that organza ribbon, and I just tied a whole, did a whole bunch of loops and then just tied around the center. And I think I want that down here at the bottom, so I don't think I want any more chicks. So I'm going to put quite a bit of glue right there to hold that in place. Oh, Pasha, just knocking everything down, sorry. He's very graceful. There's a glue bottle up there that he knocked down. And this will have to just sit and dry for a bit. Alright, so there's that. That's the front of our bag. And then, while that dries, I'm going to make an Easter card. So I took another one of those bags and I just cut a piece off, and this card measures 5 by 7, so it's actually 10 by 7, because then you fold it in half, obviously. And so I just cut this a little bit smaller so that it, has a little bit of white border around it. I went around the outside edge of this with the ink just so that it, looks nice. I'm just going to try to stay real flat with the glue. You could use a glue stick, that would probably be smarter, so that you can get everything, but I'm just gonna go with this. My daughter just got home from school, so if you hear lots of noise in a minute, that's why. I'm doing a video, Aiden. I'm doing a video, just so you know. Alright, there's that. And then I wasn't sure what I was going to do with those bags, but now I'm really happy I had them because they go perfect for this spring time thing, because I don't tend to use a whole lot of pinks, and well, I use pink, but I guess I do a little more of an antique-y kind of. But they're super cool. They're definitely very retro or vintage or whatever you want to call it. And then I cut one of those coffee filters that Denise sent in the spring kit that I bought, and I just put it through my die cutter to kind of make it look like a doily too. It's so cute because it's got the little polka dots on it from the pan that she puts it in. And then I did the same with the yellow one, just a smaller circle. I don't want a ton of glue. These don't weigh anything, so I don't want any on the outside edges because you may be able to see it a tiny bit. And then I found this cute little lamb, and it was on Pinterest, public domain, and I'm going to pop that up. So I use some pieces of this so it's easier to peel faster. There. I stuck it too far that way. I love these old images. I know this is more like, seems like for a little kid, but they're super fun for this time of the year. Let's go right there. And then I have a little flower, if I can figure out what I did with it. And it's one of the ones that I made. I just, this is Sari Silk, and then I just put one of those flowers like you can get from Hobby Lobby, those rosettes that are already all made up. Oops. And then I just sewed a button in the center of it, a little tiny button that I had. I don't even know where I got those tiny buttons because I've had them for years and years and years, so. But it will look very cute on here because it fits. I think that's where I want it. Just kind of down here in this corner. My clip's almost gone. It's always almost gone, it seems like. Just gonna kind of come in here and push it up a little bit by his feet. And it will lay really flat because it's that Sari Silk, like I said, so it just tends to kind of lay flat very easily. And then I have a Happy Easter stamp, and I need to grab some ink. I'm just going to use one of my, maybe I'll do the Grapefruit Grove, that kind of orangey color. These are just my little Stampin' Up! Ones. And this is a very old Stampin' Up! Stamp, but I know that Happy Easter probably isn't very hard to find, or you can just write in the card. You don't have to do this. Just giving you ideas. I better stamp it off and make sure the color is not weird because there was some black on there. Sorry, just reaching. Yeah, it's a little bit weird. And I do clean them off, but it seems like sometimes that black just doesn't want to come off, and I use cleaner on them, but I obviously didn't do a very good job last time. That's better. Okay. Do it right here. Try not to get my head in there. Back in the day with the wooden stamps, and it's very tiny, but it works. So there's a little Easter card. And what I thought you could do is you can write in your Easter card and then slip it into this bag, and then you have your card and your bag and everything all in one. Oopsie, see, that wasn't dry all the way. I should have waited, but for the purposes of filming, I didn't want to, you know, I want to show you guys, so that's the idea. Put the card inside. So I'm going to take it out as well because this needs to dry and this needs to dry. I need to put something on it. So I'm going to put my glue right here for now. And wish you guys an awesome evening. And I will talk to you again soon. And if you like my videos, please like and subscribe. Bye-bye now.